Thank you, Chairman and members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. My name is Bella Peracchi, and I'm an anti-trafficking advocate from New Hampshire. I'm here today as a member of New Englanders Against Sexual Exploitation, an organization of advocates confronting sexual exploitation and trafficking in New England. I ask that you all oppose Senate Bill 810. The global sex trade thrives on the exploitation of vulnerable women and children by sex buyers, who tend to be wealthy men, perpetrating coercion through power imbalance. Oftentimes, buyers aren't just seeking sex, they crave power. This leads to extreme violence. Systems of trafficking and prostitution are inextricably linked. They exist to supply the demand for sex by buyers. Prostitution is wrought with violence. A study by the National Institute on Drug Abuse in our neighboring state of Connecticut reported that 90% of prostituted women experienced violence from sex buyers and 60% were raped while in prostitution. A 2024 study conducted by leading experts on prostitution reported that 98% of prostituted women had been raped by sex buyers or pimps. A Colorado medical study found that 92% of women in the sex trade had been raped, shot, strangled, burned, beaten, stabbed, or punched. You cannot escape the violence here. Prostitution was legal in Rhode Island between 1980 and 2009, which the legislature reversed because of the rise in violence, exploitation, and lawlessness. Rhode Island exemplifies that full decriminalization does not reduce the demand for the sex trade, but in fact increases sex trafficking. During this period, Providence was known as the red light district of New England. Rather than fully decriminalizing prostitution, Rhode Island should criminalize the buyers while decriminalizing the women and victims in the sex trade. Partial decriminalization would provide women with the resources and support needed to leave the system and vacate their charges while criminalizing the buyers in the sex trade. In fact, Maine took this step and became the first step to partially decriminalize prostitution in 2023. No other state in our country has fully decriminalized prostitution, and Nevada has only legalized prostitution in a few counties. The root cause of the sex trade lies with the buyers who fuel it, and we must hold them accountable. In light of this, I ask you to please oppose Senate Bill 810. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you for that testimony. Any questions for the witness? Seeing none, we'll proceed.
Thank you, Senator. My name is Linda Gherardi, and I am testifying on behalf of two prominent Rhode Island advocates. I'll summarize their testimonies as they've been submitted to the record. Dr. Timothy Flanagan is a physician and faculty member of Brown Medical School. He is opposed to the decriminalization of prostitution, as the overwhelming majority of prostituted individuals are obliged and coerced into it by external pressures such as mental health issues or substance use disorders. Coercion and exploitation are typical within this industry, and if it is decriminalized, Rhode Island will become a center for this exploitation. Dr. Donna M. Hughes has done extensive research on the impact of decriminalization of prostitution in Rhode Island. Having published many reports on the harm of prostitution and exploitation, she has disproved the false claims that decriminalization will lead to less rapes and STDs. When prostitution was first decriminalized in Rhode Island, a criminal environment that perpetuated violence, human trafficking, and organized crime grew. If SB 810 is passed, individuals, primarily women and girls, but also men, boys, and the LGBTQ community, will be put into an environment where they will be abused and exploited. She urges you to create services to assist them and hold the sex buyers, pimps, and traffickers accountable. Thank you again for allowing me to read the testimony on behalf of Donna Hughes and Timothy Flanagan in opposition of SB 810. Thank you.